Williams. Facing Cleveland. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. They're with Williams. Then it's Turioff. Then there's Jackson. And it's Simmons in the shooting guard position. It's stolen by Allen.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Wall attacking. All alone. Ridnour, that's good. Ridnour's got the opening basket of the game for Cleveland. Jackson passes to Simmons. Now here's Williams. Feeds to Barnes. Clock at 6. No good with the triple. And so here's Cleveland. Curry dishes the Wall. Now the feed to Allen. And Wall kicks to Valanciunas. To the middle. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Turioff. Here's Barnes. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Curry outside, and it's Seattle with the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Williams gets the bucket.
Assist from Rony Turioff. Timeout call.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
Man, I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. Now here's Paul. Fareed the pass to Paul. Launches it. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Here's Barnes. That's tipped. It's 2-on-1. Moncrief dishes to Paul. Right wing. Turioff kicks to Simmons. Turioff the pass to Jackson. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Simmons. Cannot hit. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Here's Moncrief. And the 3-ball is good. Moncrief's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Now here's Jackson. Seattle missing again. Passes it to Kukoc. From deep three-point range. Tries again. Fareed dishes to Paul. From downtown. Good.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Sellers checked in for Reed. Crabb comes in for Moncrief. And Curry subbed in for Paul. Crabb the pass to Kukoc. Stolen by Haywood. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot two.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He's perfect from the line this time. It's Curry with the drive. Here's the break. Blake, that's for two. But they get it back. Pass to Laverne. Kicks it to Cunningham. Goes back up.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Seattle shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And he sinks the second. Here's Crabb. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Farmar from deep.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be? Partner, well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like the buzzer, that's the only time you can justify.
Count it from 12. Left side Curry. Here's the three. And that concludes the first quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the floor for Seattle, they've got Harrison Barnes. Sean Williams is out there with Turioff. Then it's Smith, and it's Simmons in at the two. Allen for three, and Turioff pulls it down. Smith wide open, he fires. Again, the miss by Smith. Wall wide open. Off target from three-point range. Seattle trails by 4. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Screened by Valanciunas. Allen for three. And that one's good. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Williams. And he banks in the layup.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And Wall kicks to Valanciunas. Allen for three. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him. not into him.
McAdoo is checked in for Seattle. Jackson comes in for Smith.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
And that's the... Oh!
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up the lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Seattle calls timeout.
Yeah, you can see they gave up a lot of points here in this run, and he just wants to break the momentum before this thing gets out of hand.
And, you know, that's a huge part of a coach's job, making sure you keep your guys in the best position possible at all times. So I like this timeout.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Porzingis, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Sellers comes in for Allen. Moncrief, he's checked in for John Wall. And Paul subbed in for Luke Ridnour. The drive by Jackson. Fires from the wing.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, he didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And both free throws good for McAdoo. Cleveland leading by 6. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 5 points so far.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there. And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Up again. Rebounded by McAdoo. Seattle trails by 10. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Paul. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
There's the three. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Kukoc comes in for Sellers. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Moncrief. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Paul. Cleveland leading by 7. The shot by Curry, no good.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Blake for 3. A different look for Seattle. Turioff comes in for Brendan Haywood. And Smith subbed in for Steve Blake. Wasted no time on that one. And Cleveland leads by 13.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Turioff. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And Seattle making a change here. Rush is checked in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And that does it for the first half of play. Cleveland ahead, up by 12. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. The first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Take a look at what Curry's done. 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Cleveland, Curry is out there with Allen Crabbe. Then there's Sellers. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Porzingis in at the fourth. For Seattle, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And he knocks down the first one. And so Jackson nails both of them. Here's Curry. The pass to Sellers. And stolen by Turioff. And even 3-on-3 break. And the dunk by Barnes.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's Crabbe. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's an 11-point Cleveland lead.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. And so I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And once again off the mark by Seattle.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Here's Porzingis. Turioff with the block. Nobody near Barnes. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Barnes has got 11 points.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Porzingis can't hit.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Porzingis. Allen comes in for Sellers. John Wall's checked in for Allen Crabbe. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Curry. Wall attacking. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Ridnour's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And now here comes Wall leading the break. Allen for three. And another miss by Cleveland. Here's Farmar. Dishes it to McAdoo. Got a piece of it. Here's Wall. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
Pass to Allen. Fires for three. Again, Allen missing. Seattle trails by 6. Here's Farmar. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Farmar's got 6.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
He feeds it to Blake. Shoots from 12. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And Cleveland making a change here. Blair's checked in. And then for Seattle, Laverne, he's checked in for James Michael McAdoo. Cunningham comes in for Sean Williams. And Smith subbed in for Jordan Farmar. Now the dish to Smith. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've led by as many as 14 points. He kicks it to Blake. Three-pointer. No good. Wall with some nice defense. And the call will be against Steve Blake. That's his first foul. Chris Paul, he's checked in for Luke Ridnour. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Seattle. To the left wing. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And so Wall nails both of them. Here's Simmons. Defended by Paul.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cleveland leads by 11. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the floor for Seattle. Sean Williams is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Turioff. And it's Simmons in it. The shooting guard. Barnes from deep three-point range.
And just because you can make it. And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Seattle team ball.
Seattle trails by 16. Here's Jackson. Sellers pulls it in.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Timeout.
Timeout called Cleveland. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
Over to the left wing. Here's Crabbe. And a miss there on the triple. Seattle trails by 14. That one goes. Count it. And that's now 17 points for Barnes.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Top of the key. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
Jackson with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And it's blocked by Curry. They get it back. The tray. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Porzingis. And Curry has it in the corner. Cans it from downtown. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Porzingis. Allen comes in for Tony Kukoc. John Wall's checked in for Crabbe. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Sellers. Now Cleveland moving it up. Allen for three. Simmons dishes to Jackson. Curry with the steal.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Tony Turioff, he's checked in for Seattle. Laverne comes in for Brandon Rush. No good on the second free throw. And he misses all three. Seattle trails by 12. On the top of the key, Jackson gets the bucket.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
1:35 left to play in the final quarter. A three ball, and he gets it to go. Jackson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Seattle.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Out of bounds. Seattle Seahawks.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. From deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. At one point, they led by 16.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Jackson has the open look. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Laverne. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
Look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls the Houdini.
Oh, goodness.
Feeds it to Simmons. Puts up a 3. Can't hit. And Cleveland will come the other way. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. From deep three-point range, Allen with the rebound. Poked loose. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Simmons. Laverne passes to Barnes. Takes the 3. Steph Curry with the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Seattle calls timeout. They're behind by 8. 6 seconds left. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out.